Yoga is much more than some stretches and postures. It's a gamified journey that helps you stay balanced and level up. I started doing yoga 6 years ago, and in the beginning I really thought it was just a different way of doing stretches. But now I realize there's so much more to that, because I've practiced under various yogis and I've been going deeper into the philosophy, reading the autobiography of a yogi as well as the Bhagavad Gita and the essence of the Bhagavad Gita. Yoga might even be the greatest game there is, because it helped me find my place in the universe, and I see it as a solution to many of the problems that we're facing in today's world and society. I'm not a guru, I'm more of a guide who is still on this journey. And in this video, I just want to show you the what, the how, and the why of yoga to help you take the next step on your journey towards a more balanced and fulfilled life. So what is yoga? In the beginning, I thought it was just these different asana practices, like doing sun salutation. But this is just one aspect of that. And when we really want to understand what yoga is, I think Ashtanga yoga is one of the best ways, because it literally translates to the eightfold path. And all of these aspects are just perfect to be gamified. We first start with yama, which is the ethics and how to treat others. So kind of like a rule book. Then you have niyama, which is the self-discipline on how you treat yourself. These are the rules of the game. And then we have asana, which is different postures. And I see these as the mastery of the body. And then we have pranayama, which is the breath. And I think of the mastery of energy. And I even think of it as the mana system. Then we have pratyahara, which is the sense withdrawal, and it removes all of the distractions, which moves into dharana, which focuses on one thing. And we have dhyana, which is the meditation. And I think this as a flow state. So if you achieve all of these things, then the last step is samadhi, which is the union. And at this point, you basically become the game master. This is what yoga is all about. So now we move on how to do all of these things. There are 6 main paths that all lead to samadhi. And depending on what kind of player you are, you can choose the path that is most suited to you, because the destination is always the same. But the journey is really the important one, and you get to choose which kind of journey you are taking towards the end. The first one is Hatha Yoga, which is the path of the body, so it has more postures in there. Then we have Raja Yoga, which is the path of the mind with more meditations. Or Karma Yoga, which is the path of action, specifically selfless action. We also have Bhakti Yoga, which is the path of love, as well as Jnana Yoga, which is the path of wisdom and knowledge. And then in the end, we have Tantra Yoga, which is the path of energy. And there are many other yogas that I believe fit in one of these 6 different paths. But again, I'm not a guru, I'm more of a guide, and I'm just relaying the information on how far I am along the journey. In the end, we all want to get to samadhi. Why is this such a desirable point? Well, you probably know the concept of life is suffering. And when we do reach samadhi, this is no longer the case, because we realize that all of these separations and the suffering is kind of just made up. And as soon as we treat everyone like ourselves, we realize that we are not separate from one another. We are all the same. We are not just the player within the game, but we are also the director of our own story, and we are all the other players. And we are the game master who designed this whole game. And understanding that there is a consciousness that we cannot really perceive, but we are still part of, is the point of yoga, is the point of union, to understand that we are all one. And these different practices and these different paths all lead towards that realization, and remembering who we really are and how we can get back to this state. That is why I think yoga is one of the best quests to really understand what game you're playing, how you want to play that, and then play it in the best possible way so you can enjoy the journey and have fun while playing this game of life.